With this whole black pill thing about how and I recognize all of this. Like I recognize the importance of being tall, the importance of being, handsome, what that gets you, what that what that does for you. I get it. It makes sense. I see it. And I recognize that. But for me, the thing is that I don't know why this is sort of like leading people towards giving up. you know like the way I took it, I just took it as research and approval as to why I need to get better. And but obviously that's not everything in the black pill. Like it's mainly it's the idea that you pretty much are either born with it or you're not. Like I can't be taller, I can't change my bone structure of my face. I can get leaner, but just getting leaner doesn't mean that you're going to end up handsome. It just means that you're going to expose whatever bone structure you have. And I do see a lot of these transformations, and once you've been around for long enough, you kind of realize that, dude, like that was always there. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to talk about the transformations that are literally just puberty. This is crazy. I mean, this is all like I'm not even going to address that. You went through puberty. Your whole body literally changes when you go from being 15 to when you turn 22. Of course, you had a glow up. You know, some people have a puberty glow up. Some people just have a regular puberty where they just get slightly taller. But whatever. Uh, in a lot of these transformations that I see, it's just you lost weight, and underneath all of that fat, there was a nice like cheekbones, nice jaw, and everything, right? And that's really one of the main things, is that you either have it or you don't. Like there's no gym for your face. There's no yeah, you can get the physique, but that's not what girls are after. And that's a whole nother thing. Like the whole thing is really mainly about women, from what I feel. I know that they do say that taller people get treated better, and that's true. I've I recognize that. uh, People that are prettier get treated better, like the halo effect. That's all true. I know it's not just women, but I feel like there's this disconnect between the black pill YouTubers, the ones that recognize the whole package, and the audience. The audience, they seem to really be into it and thinking about it in terms of girls. And even some of these content creators, they they seem to take the opportunity mainly to talk about the woman angle of things. They kind of don't mention the angle of you're not gonna get promoted at work as easy as somebody who is like tall and handsome. You're not gonna get treated better, just in general, not just by women, but in general. You're not gonna get treated like you're not gonna have that sort of like extra higher starting point when it comes to socializing. And I'm sure there's people that still don't really believe a lot of these things, and they could debate that, but it really does seem like the audience is mainly looking at it from the point of view of curls, which is you know a bit. It's just like, I'll make another video about this, but there's more to life than that. Pretty much, it's a main part of life, but it's a big part of life, but it's not all of it. You know, for you to essentially give up on life in general just for that. But yeah, I pretty much accept these things, but the way I took it was, let me just do as much as I can, and see what happens. You know, that's how I took it. I was just like, okay, taller people have an advantage, more handsome people have an advantage. People that are born into in the same way that people that are born into a rich family have an advantage. People that are born into a two-parent household have an advantage uh, on average. Let me like that's fine. That's all fine, but that doesn't equal my life is over. I'm just gonna play games until I die. I'm gonna like live off of the government or something, you know. That I didn't take it like that. I just took it as let me increase that as much as possible. Let me focus on what I can control, and let me see what happens. You know, and it's not even on some like oh I'm gonna make it happen. Like it's not even on some like hopeful shit. But I'm just like let me just do it for the love of the game. Like let me train neck. Let me train my delts. Let me hit the gym. Let me you know let me talk to people. Let me see if I can socialize. I used to be very shy and very like non-social because I played like a lot of my life was spent like a lot pretty much all of my formative years were spent playing PlayStation. Like so, you're pretty much cooked. Uh, but the way I took it was just it wasn't like a giving up thing, and it wasn't even a self improvement thing either. Like I was on self improvement before all of that and recognizing all of that, but the way I processed it, the way that the whole like BP stuff, looks maxing stuff when through me was okay. Let me just play the game, right? Like if I'm a level one character, uh like obviously some people are born level 3, level 10, level 100, or maybe they're not born that way, but like they go to through puberty and they go up a bunch of levels, right? But even if like let's say I'm level 1 and I'm having to fight the final boss like at the start of the game, like life, oh my god, life is so unfair. I would still try and be like, okay, let me see how low I can get him before I die. Like let me see how much what I can work with here with this like level 1 that I have, you know? And and it's not even because you got to be careful, like you can easily cheat with this. It's not a matter of oh I'm hopeless and I guess I'll give it a shot. I'll guess I'll go to the gym. I mean, I don't think anything is going to come of it, but I guess I'll do it. No, no, that's not that doesn't count. Like you're not slick, you're not sneaky. You literally have to be an insane person. Like you have to be crazy. It doesn't count that way. Like if you do it that way, that means you don't love the game. Like that means that you're not. It's like this phrase that I've sort of thought about. I mean, sure, I'm sure that some philosopher said this already, but like I thought, how hard do you fight when you know you're gonna lose? You know, it's like, would you really just put down the shield, put down the sword, and just let it happen? Like, oh, it's like I know I'm gonna lose, so might as well. Like, really, dude? I I I think that really is the final frontier. If you don't have something as a dude, like if you don't have something where it's like, hey, you know what? I'm cooked. I'm I'm just like I have a really bad starting point. I have a really low floor, and my ceiling is not even that high. Like I can't really work. Like even if I do work, it's not really gonna move the needle that much. Even if you do believe that, there's no way you don't just go for that anyway. And I mean that genuinely. Like not genuinely what I'm saying, but I mean that like the way you go for it is in a genuine way. It's like, hey, you know what? Fuck it, dude. It's it is what it is. Let me just go for it. I mean, what else are you gonna do? That's 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 my thing. It's just what else am I gonna do? I mean, I could do what I have been doing, which is just sitting around playing games. I could just do that, right? But that's just like that's nothing. When one thing I realized when I was 22, which is why I started this whole thing in the first place. Like I turned off my computer, and I saw myself on the black screen, you know? And it's just like I'm always gonna have to come back to this, dude. I'm always gonna have to come back to this. No matter what, no matter how many kills I get in the game, no matter how many dinosaurs I have in Ark. I used to play Ark. No matter how much money I have, I used to play this RPG game. Uh, I always have to turn off that computer, and I have to go back to what's real. You know, uh, I mean, I don't want to get into like virtual reality and the future and how maybe this isn't even real. I don't want to get into any of that. But you get what I'm saying. You always have to come back to this. Like you might as well stick to this one. It's like you're substituting something that you could be doing in reality, and maybe who knows, maybe something happens. Maybe like you get to fuck, I don't know, like travel or something. Maybe you get to have, maybe you get lucky and you like have this like remote job where you make some money and you get to kind of like, I don't know, become some like a really good carpenter or something, you know. And I don't mean like, I'm not saying this in a way of like to take away your hopelessness. Stay hopeless, brother. You're black pilled. It's over for you. I get it. Go for it. It's fine. I'm not trying to take away your hopelessness. I'm not trying to give you hope. What I'm saying is, dude, what else are you gonna do with your time? If it's not to just give it a shot at like making something happen, like that, dying on your shield and your sword, like even though you're gonna go down, like you're gonna go down. You saw the future. You're smart. You're a smart guy. You saw the future already. You know you're cooked. But isn't like the best move at that point? Isn't the best move at that point to at least uh make the loss like as little as possible, like minimize the L, you know? Wouldn't you just want to do that? That's what I think. And you have to do it genuinely. Like if you're gonna go down this path, you got to do it genuinely. Like it can't be some like, oh, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess this guy's right. I guess I'm gonna like give it a shot. No, no, no. You got to be crazy. You got to be like a crazy dude. When you start a game at level 1, you don't just go, oh, I'm gonna give it a shot. I guess. Like no, you go to level 2, you go to level 3, and then you're like, oh shit, let me keep going. Right? You give it a genuine shot. Like when you play a new game, you give it a genuine shot. You got to be like that too. Like how are you giving a game a genuine shot, but you're not giving yourself a genuine shot? And I'm telling you, like, don't. I'm not trying to give you hope. Relax. All I'm telling you is you can just you you can just see what happens. Like let's see. Let's let's see what's going on. What else are you gonna do with your time anyway? Like you got nothing going on. You you might as well, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna I'm gonna chill for a bit before I go to bed. So see you guys around.